Greetings and aloha. As always, mahalo for tuning in to Doko Ga TV right here on Hawaii News Now, K5 and KHNL. On last week's show, episode 5 of our Europe Mania video diary series, the GLOBUS and Non-Stop Travel Entourage enjoyed our time in the hometown of the Pablo Picasso, the coastal city of Malaga. Known for its stunning scenery and breathtaking backdrop, Ronda is Spain's third most visited site and is a beautiful city built on a plateau overlooking the El Tajo Gorge. Ronda is also home to several significant landmarks, such as the Puente Nuevo bridge, the largest in the city that spans a 390-foot canyon that divides the town. The bridge, completed in 1793, contained a prison used in the 19th century and during the Spanish Civil War. Today, the bridge is one of Ronda's most popular tourist attractions. The drive to Ronda was exhilarating as the higher the elevation became, which seemed like a never-ending gradual incline, the rain's intensity seemed to increase as well.
I'm sorry for the weather, but for us it's gold, but it's falling down from the sky, okay? This morning you haven't seen too much of the scenery in the mountains coming with the bus, okay? Because it's cloudy. This looks more than as Scotland, more than Andalusia, welcome to to the Irish part of Spain, the sun is on strike on those days,
Our guide, Eduardo, pointed out a couple of very important celebrated legends that were also smitten by this city's amazing charms.
Yeah, Orson Welles is buried here in a farm. His ashes are in a pot in the well of a farm who belongs to Antonio Ordóñez. And this is what he wants. Okay, he wants to be buried there. And there is a very interesting sentence that he wrote. No? A man doesn't belong to the place where he's born, but he can choose the place where he can die. Okay? This is the only freedom that we have. The other American fellow, which is very important, is Hemingway. Well, Hemingway, he's been here in Ronda. We have to thank Hemingway, and he make us big into the world. Before, we were not even known. This is the place for Hemingway to live when he was here in Ronda. He was renting 3 rooms, okay? 1 bedroom, 1 little salon to meet and to receive people, and a small bureau for writing and things like that, okay? That was around the 1920s, 1930s, okay? The reason is that on those times, the hotels in here basically don't exist.
What novels did Hemingway write while he was here in Ronda?
For Whom Ring the Bell?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And the sun also rises.
And both, well, the inspiration is made in here. That new bridge was built by an architect. His name is Martín de Aldejuela at the 18th century. So in the bridge, under, okay, in between the arch and the bridge is the jailhouse of the city. The only jailhouse in the world where the prisoners have balconies, okay? Normally you have bars. Here they have balconies because from the balcony down we have 94 meters. This is like 300 feet.
Standing here on this highland, overlooking the valley and grounds below, gave me a kind of Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings vibe.
This is the entrance of the gorge that we call El Tajo De Ronda. If you see down, you understand why. Why we think that this is a strategic position. I mean, if your enemy is down there, you just throw him peanuts. With a little bit of luck, he will open the mouth and he gets something, The scenery is gorgeous.
While the weather here was pretty wet, the misty air, cool chill, and fog added to an overwhelming feeling of enchantment that we were in the mystical era of King Arthur and Excalibur, or in Tolkien's Middle-earth, on a quest for the One Ring. The impossible to ignore, alluring nature of Ronda is why it is an ideal destination for those looking to experience the beauty of Spain. Most people have heard of the Rock of Gibraltar. It's that huge rock in the southern tip of Europe that's been battled over for centuries. Due to its strategic location at the entrance of the Mediterranean Sea, like almost every city we visited, Gibraltar has been occupied by a number of different peoples over the centuries: Phoenicians, Carthaginians, Romans, Moors, Spaniards, and British, to name just a few. As a result, Gibraltar has a rich and varied history that can be seen in its architecture and archaeological sites. Before entering Gibraltar, passports are required as it's a British-owned territory, so technically we're entering another country. Which also meant euros, which we had been using in Spain and Portugal, was no good here, as Gibraltar pounds are the currency of use. Next up, Gibraltar's airport, which I was surprised they're able to fit an airport here, runs right through the main road you use to walk, bike, or drive to get in and out. So whenever a plane lands, all traffic is stopped and all vehicles and pedestrians are required to wait.
They have 5 to 8 planes a day, all right? And this is one of the inconveniences in Gibraltar. It's an international airport. The Gibraltarians call it the cigarette store. Cigarettes are extremely cheap in Gibraltar. So this is an inconvenience. That's why they are building a tunnel on the southern part of the runway.
When this crosswinds, the plane has 3 attempts to land here. If it can't land in Gibraltar, it gets diverted to Malaga or to Portugal. It's like the 5th most difficult airport to land in the world. Only experienced pilots can land here. You'll be able to see once we get past it, so you can see either side of the runway. So you can see in front of us the Rock of Gibraltar, our lovely rock. As well, Gibraltar, many families come here as well with their children to educate them, as well as crime rate. There's not much crime here. We're one big family, you know, there's only 35,000 people on the rock, and we don't hear of muggings and fights and things like that. You know, it's brilliant to bring up children. And every day where you came from the frontier, Spanish workers come from the frontier from Spain into Gibraltar, 15,000 per day, daily, every day that come to work here in Gibraltar. We have the lovely views today. So immediately on your right, we have Spain. I see this, like I was saying to you, in the middle of the sea. You can see the mountain, North Africa, Morocco, 22 kilometers away from here. So you can see a clear day today. You're very lucky today that you can see so clearly. You can get the ferry to Tangiers and back, or you can get the ferry from Tarifa to Ceuta, part of Spain that's connected to Morocco.
So Daniel, we're here again. This is the Europa Point, and as we kind of traversed up through the different streets and the alleyways of Gibraltar, the Rock of Gibraltar, this has been so foreign to what we're used to seeing, obviously. And you know, behind us here we have this giant wall and different strategic points, poles where cannons are at, and from a military standpoint, this is a quite significant advantage over any possible invading enemies.
It's the only entrance to the to the Mediterranean Sea until they open the Suez Canals. And the best thing is that it's impossible to figure out what you're going to see in Gibraltar. That's the main thing.
Even from reading what I could research before this trip, you know, the fact that 21 kilometers away is Africa, and of course,
you can prepare yourself for visiting a monument, to visit Malaga, to visit the Alhambra, to visit Seville, to visit whatever. But Gibraltar, it's impossible to figure out. I fully agree.
Gibraltar is known for its dramatic views, mild climate, and wealth of wildlife. On the rock itself, we found monkeys. They're called Barbary macaques and are considered an endangered species. Outside of Africa, they can only be found here in Gibraltar and are the only wild monkeys here in Europe. We were lucky enough to spot a few of them here, and as long as you're chill, they are too. Needless to say, we took a lot of pictures and video. They were just too adorable. I guess they felt pretty comfortable with our 808 group, as we had a couple of them that wanted to jump on this adventure-filled Globus and Non-Stop Travel tour. I'll be the first to admit it was tough to leave those adorable monkeys that seemed just as enamored with us as we were of them. But just like the unpredictable nature of various facets found here at the Rock of Gibraltar, exploring St. Michael's Cave was another highlight. Named after the Archangel Michael, since the Middle Ages, the cave served various roles, including military headquarters, chapel, and hospital. The cave consists of 3 chambers, the largest of which is 100 feet long and 50 feet high. Aside from the impressive Batman, Batcave-like stalagmites and stalactites, there's a theater built inside that features an immersive light show and live performances, making this one of the coolest concert venues ever. It's amazing to think that this monolithic landmark was created by billions upon trillions of shells of tiny creatures that eventually became compressed into stone over 200 million years ago. Movement along tectonic plates eventually uplifted these rocks into what we see today. After exploring the wonder of Gibraltar's many highlights, it was time for lunch, and as this is a British territory, it made total sense that fish and chips would be on the menu. Both of our guides, Daniel and Carlos, informed us that Roy's Fish and Chips is considered to be the best in all of southern Spain.
That's the one. Cheers. The #1 authentic English fish and chips, dude. And it's like a whale, ginormous, massive. Look at that. Roy's is the #1 fish and chips place here in Gibraltar. I was concerned only because I thought it would only be vinegar, because that's normally how you would eat it. But fear not, tartar sauce. Tartar sauce exists and is a wonderful thing. This is massive. Look at that. How fluffy and moist this is. Please don't judge my tartar sauce ratio. Roy's, here in Gibraltar. Oh yeah. The best fish and chips I've had. This is good. Cynthia, what do you think?
It's the best.
Best?
Made my day today.
Made your day today? Oh, good. Good job, too. You're halfway
oh,
through.
Look at that.
Wow.
I'm murdering it.
You're murdering.
Of course.
I love that.
Look.
Like a fish and chips ninja. Right when I started this segment, we started rolling, half of this guy is gone. Mark has a knife fork technique.
It only means I'm hungry.
Very, very nice. James and Gloria, would you mind telling our DokoGaTV audience where you're from?
We're from Michigan, actually. We're the odd couple from the group.
Not the odd couple.
My friend Edna from Hawaii invited us to join the GLOBUS European tour
Yes.
about 2 years ago, and we really enjoyed it. GLOBUS really attended to everything we needed.
So Edna and the rest of our group flew out of Honolulu, and then we met you, both of you, in Madrid, right? So you flew from
Detroit
Detroit
to New York,
Okay.
and then from New York JFK to Madrid.
But your trip took longer, I think.
Boy, did it feel like it took longer. It really did feel like it took pretty long, but yeah.
Oh, it's much shorter.
Have you done a lot of shopping here? Have you done a lot of eating here? What's
You
some
know,
of the
that's
things you
one
like?
thing I would love. We did shopping as much as we can, you know, and maybe next time we'll have more time shopping too.
The seafood
Yes.
over here
Yeah.
is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Of course, Michigan only fresh fish is a lake fish, like whitefish or
Yeah.
trout or something like that. But variety of fish,
Makes it better.
Yeah, makes it much better.
Our story actually starts a number of years ago because we met actually before this trip, very kind of randomly.
About 2 years ago, we live in Honolulu, going to Chitose Airport in Hokkaido. And who did we see at the airport gate? But Pali Kai. We became friends, and when we got to Hokkaido, we were out touring the flower gardens. And who did we see again? We saw Pali Kai over there.
So the truth was, I was just stalking the both of you. I wanted to be friends, so I just followed you all over.
No, I think we were following you. And we followed you all the way to Spain and Portugal.
It's a very, very good trip.
I believe
Everybody
so.
is so nice.
Yeah, yeah.
And everybody is happy.
Yes, thank you. Everyone's enjoying all aspects of Spain and Portugal. And Tess, what has been the favorite thing you've had to eat?
All the fish and the seafood.
Oh, you like seafood? Seafood? Okay.
The seafood. Shrimp, lobster, king crab.
Thank you so much for allowing us to join you guys, and thank you so much for just hanging out. Appreciate you both.
It was meant to be.
Thank you.
It was meant to be. Meant to be. Good job. Edna, Joan, Cynthia, welcome to DokoGa TV, and thank you for allowing me to hang out with you guys and just eat and shop and drink and shop and eat and drink some more.
Yeah.
And experience wonderful Spain and Portugal. So I'd like to ask you first, where are you all from? From back home? What area?
Kakaako.
Ael,
Aya.
Republic of Waipahu.
Waipahu. West side in the house. The Republic. I love that. Casa de Waipahu or something, right? Yeah. Pull that up. Cynthia, what are some of the things you've been enjoying?
Mostly the food
That's a good thing.
and a lot of the architecture that just comes to life. It was all on my just my imaginations before, TVs, movies, and books. When you go and look at it for yourself, it all comes to like life and says, it's everything is true.
Aloha, Edna. How are you?
Okay, I've been enjoying the trip.
Two of your friends
Yeah.
to join us here.
Yeah, they've been joining us when we traveled to Europe. So we're looking forward on another trip, hopefully with one non-stop in Globus and with you.
Yay! Thank you. I was hoping you'd say that. I was fishing for a compliment. I know we keep seeing like every day like an amazing kind of history. We're learning more about history and key landmarks throughout this beautiful continent that really shows its people and its diverse backgrounds. Is there one favorite of yours?
How all these people of different religion, different ethnic background have really blended together in the past to create a history.
We also have a teacher in our midst, so much respect and props go to Joan here. Joan?
One of the things that impressed me, of course, was the cleanliness of the country.
Yeah.
I was just amazed, especially Portugal. The towns and the cities were very, very different. You know, the towns were enclosed by walls and ruled by so many different groups of people. And 1492 will forever stick in my mind because Spain had changed tremendously since then. Yeah. And it was just amazing to hear how people of all religions and races got together.
All coexisted. That would do really well for our world today. I too had a wonderful time learning about all those places, and to be there and to see and to walk through pages that were in my history books,
It's very magical.
Carolyn, hi.
Hello.
Hello. So how do you two know each other?
Went to college together. Yeah.
College?
Yeah. Way back. Yeah. 10 years ago.
I thought 5 years ago. Wait, you're class of 2015, I thought, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see. I knew it.
This is kind of like a deja vu. We went to Europe together, yeah? In our college days with another girlfriend.
Sharon.
5 years ago. Yes.
Yes.
What parts did you travel to?
Germany, Italy, Monaco.
Oh.
Yeah. France.
Was there anything that surprised you? As far as like an area we visited or learned more about, or maybe something we ate here or drank here that was fantastic.
The sangria was definitely
stellar. I
great.
can tell you, my smile just goes here when I think about that.
That was good.
Yeah.
That food tour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was
tour, yeah.
great.
Yeah. Yes. What city were we in?
Portugal.
Oh, Portugal.
Yeah,
Lisbon. Yes.
yeah,
Yes. That's right.
yeah,
That's right.
Lisbon.
That was fun.
That was fun. Gabby taught me something very important.
Right.
Like I said, here in Spain and Portugal, I want to try to embrace the culture and the people.
Right.
So tell me a very, very, very important phrase to use.
Yes.
Can we do this together? Is that
Yes, we should. We should. Okay, ready? This is how most Hispanics and Mexicans and pretty much all Latinos cheers, whenever we're together. So you go para arriba, para abajo, para centro, para dentro. You'll make any friend.
Yeah.
If you do that.
We do often.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is good sangria.
It is really good.
Well, I better put this down. Maybe not. I'll just hold it with
Just
you.
hold on to it, yeah. Might as well.
Top 3 things that stood out to you in this entire Spain-Portugal experience.
Well, for one, I'm loving the sangria everywhere we go. Thank you, Spain. I really liked going to the Picasso Museum. So that was a really great experience, you know, very unique. I've never been here before, so just taking it all in and take all my pictures and just remember this experience, you know, forever.
How about you do the closing promo for Doko Ga TV? Is that okay?
Absolutely. Okay, folks, thank you for watching Doko Ga TV with Pali in Spain. Wait, one more time.
It's 1 o'clock right now. Problem is, 1 o'clock.
Yep.
Yep. Barcelona, okay? Ready? 5, 4, 3.
Hey folks, thank you for watching my show, Doko Ga TV, here with my friend Pali in Spain. Thank you. Cheers.